Laughters, happiness, and joy will always welcome you to Rina Junior School. It is a non-profit school that was started to cater for the needs of the less privileged. Yes, the school was started to cater for the children, especially those needy children. Most of these children come from families where they are catered for by the grandparents, since the children's parents are dead. So we had to find ways around their schools. But their schools, these schools are very expensive, and the children could not cater and could not afford the tuition and other requirements. So this left a big gap between the education standards. Those who could afford expensive education and schools could go to school, but these marginalized could not afford school, especially the girls. Now, the school came up with a program whereby for every 10 paying pupils, the school enrolls 4 children, at least to help them achieve a meaningful life through education. 3 of these children should be girls, and the fourth is, of course, a boy. This way, we have seen a number of very many pupils pass through school, having attained at least a basic education. Over 450 pupils have benefited from the program, and currently, could say, before the schools closed down due to lockdown, the school had 72 pupils on the bursary scheme. All these small girls and boys are now home right now, and when the schools reopen, I expect it to come back to school. The founder had to make bricks to come up with the starting structures. By March 2020, before the lockdown due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the school had been realizing its dream for over 12 years. Children happily enrolled into the school.
Our sermon today is coming from the book of Psalms 23 verse 2.
Children get
23
time
verse 2.
to
It is
meditate on
entitled
inspirational
Children Pastures.
matters.
We
This
are God's
enriches
sheep. He
their
is our
well-being
shepherd.
at Rina
God
Junior
is a
School.
good shepherd.
But sadly, in mid-February 2021, the school dormitories caught fire. Huge losses were registered. All the mattresses within the dormitory were lost. Bed sheets, the beds themselves, the suitcases, the books for the children, and a lot of other property. Thank God it was a holiday when no pupils were at school, and therefore none of the pupils suffered the inferno. However, this does not mean that only the pupils mentioned in our story that were affected. Over 250 pupils lost their property, but the pupils on the school bursary program will not be able to replace their property. At least for that, we are certain. I also believe that the other pupils who also lost their property in the Fano may find it hard because they have been affected greatly by the COVID pandemic. Many of the parents have lost their jobs. Some pupils themselves have lost their sponsors, I mean parents and other guardians who've been paying and catering for their well-being.